Good morning, boys and girls, or afternoon or evening, whenever you're watching this video. I miss you so much, but I know that you're having a good time at home with family. So I wanted to be able to send you a video of me reading our next Bible story. So we've been following Daniel, and he was a little boy in our last story. But even as a little boy, because of how he listened to mom and dad, and when he went to temple, or for us, it's when we go to church, he was able to make good choices to protect his body and his mind, even while in the palace at Babylon. So King Nebuchadnezzar was very impressed that even though these boys were young, they never changed what they knew was right. Now we see Daniel, and he is an older man. Daniel had lived in Babylon for 70 years. And although he was getting to be older, Daniel was still a wise and hard worker. God helped make many good choices with Daniel. Now there was a new king, King Darius. And King Darius knew that Daniel made good choices, and he trusted him and used him as his special helper. King Darius planned to put Daniel in charge of many projects in his kingdom. But other people who worked for King Darius did not like Daniel, because King Darius had made Daniel his most special helper. These men wanted to get rid of Daniel, and these jealous men were just thinking how to do that. It was hard to get Daniel in trouble because he never did anything wrong. One day, these jealous men thought of a plan. They knew Daniel prayed to God every day. Let's trick King Darius into making a law that will hurt Daniel, they said. These men rushed to King Darius, told him that it would be a good idea if everybody prayed to the king instead of other gods, just for 30 days. And whoever disobeyed that law should be thrown into the lion's den. King Darius said, I kind of like that law. Oh, he was tricked into thinking he was the most important. So King Darius made that new law, signed it with his special signature, and for 30 days, everyone had to pray only to him. The jealous men knew that Daniel only prayed to God every day. They also knew that Daniel prayed by an open window, so now it was easy to catch him. Oh, what would Daniel do? Would he still do the right thing and pray to God? Or would he choose to pray for King Darius? Maybe even just hide for 30 days so that he won't get caught? When Daniel heard about the king's new law, he kept praying to God. Early the next morning, Daniel opened his window like he normally did and prayed to God. At noon, again at lunchtime, and in the evening, Daniel opened his window and prayed to God, just like he did every day. And if I go up close, who's there waiting at the window, watching Daniel? Oh, the jealous men watched him all day and then rushed back to tell the king. Daniel had been disobeying the new law. Then the king put it together that he had been tricked into making this new law to hurt his friend. The king spent all day trying to think of a way to save Daniel. But King Darius knew that once a law had been passed with his special signature, even he couldn't change it. Near the end of the day, The king sadly told his soldiers to arrest Daniel and bring him to the lion's den. "Oh, Daniel, I have always been able to trust you," King Darius said, "and I wish there were something I could do to save you." The king explained, "But there isn't. I really hope the God that you worship will rescue you." The soldiers threw Daniel into this lion's den. Then they covered the opening of the den with a big stone, and the king walked sadly to his palace. But Daniel wasn't alone in the lion's den. God sent an angel to shut the lion's mouth. Daniel stayed in the lion's den all night long. And all night long, the angel kept Daniel safe from the lions. I'm sure that even in the lion's den, Daniel probably prayed and thanked God for sending the angel to take care of him. Early next morning, King Darius hurried with some of his soldiers to the lion's den. King Darius wanted to know what happened to Daniel. The king had his soldiers remove the large stone as quickly as they could. "Daniel, Daniel!" the king yelled into the lion's den. "Was your God able to save you?" From down in the lion's den, Daniel answered, "I trusted my God, and he sent an angel to shut the lion's mouth so that they wouldn't hurt me." King Darius was so happy to hear Daniel's voice. He told the soldiers to quickly pull Daniel out of the lion's den immediately. The lions hadn't even scratched Daniel's clothes. King Darius sent out a letter to everyone in his kingdom. "Now I know that Daniel's God is the one true God," King Darius wrote. "His God is the only mighty and living God. Daniel's God saved him from the powerful lions. Everyone should worship not me, but the true God." How many of you have ever been scared before? It's okay to be scared. It's okay to feel alone, but always trust in God. Daniel trusted God to take care of him, and God sent an angel to shut the lion's mouth. We can choose to trust God too. In the Bible, it says, "I trust in God, so why should I be afraid?" Psalm 56, verse 11. You can always trust God to take care of you all during the day, all during the night, even when something scary might happen. When we choose to trust God, we don't need to be afraid. Thank you, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed that.